people who found esports, drove esports, and believed in it.
Welcome to the Acer Predator pre-show.
That's right, the Acer Predator pre-show. It all starts now as we start to walk you right down what the path will be into our first matchups here at the Major. And I can't be doing this entire show alone. I'll try to do most of it. But for where I lack, which is a considerable gap, I'll have to bring in my analyst crew here. And we brought in Sean Gares and Chad Burchill. You might know him as Shawnee G and Chatty B.
Yeah, we'll do the heavy lifting for you, Trace.
Thanks, guys. Uh-oh.
Myself, so
there we
go. I'm on. We've made it. We're back. But yeah, Sean goes to the gym. We discovered that last major.
Yeah, but not as much as Matt lately.
He's looking jacked.
Yes.
Jacked. And you know what? You wouldn't say this in one land, but we will. In fact, we're going to go ahead and meet right now our commentator crew because we do have a little bit of a trip over to the other side. That's right. We do have Henry G and Sadicus. They will be the commentators that will be locking in these first couple of matches here. There will be a rotation, so perhaps we go ahead and check in with those guys. How's it feeling over there, fellas?
Feels pretty good.
It does. I appreciate the kind words, guys. It was a good time off. I think it was needed for all of us, and I can't wait to bring it back with this major. This is going to be a lot of fun. Katowice is always really special, to be fair, Stunna. I think that goes without saying. It's a favorite for every player, every team. But this year is going to be something else, something even more incredible.
Counter-Strike keeps getting bigger and bigger, more exciting. So many storylines, so many question marks around the few big teams here as well. I'm excited to see who performs and who drops out of the running. We're seeing a lot of young guns take the mainstream spotlight right now, and a lot of the older names dropping off as well. I think this major really is going to be influential in the future of Counter-Strike and what it has in store for us in 2019.
And perhaps before we dive even further into that one, maybe some names you guys want to look out for going into this one, because there's already been some pretty big surprises coming through the minors.
Yeah, in this particular stage, I think there's a couple teams that could be surprises. AVANGER is kind of always in the mix for me. If they don't make it through, I wouldn't be surprised, but they're going to be damn close. They always are. They always give people scares. I think Cloud9, a lot of people are looking for them in a bit of resurgence. I think a lot of people in Pick'em put them at 3-0 as well. So there's a couple names. And I also want to just point out, I know there's just something to get to, and it's a bit of a side note. The fact that Valve already threw an update in to fix a bug right before this major, that shows how much this one is more special than all the others, how much Valve really wants to make this one work. And I think that's a good sign. I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that in depth, I'm sure, throughout our Acer Predator pre-show. And, of course, we're going to be giving it back to those guys momentarily. But for the time being, we're not done introducing our cast to make this all very possible. We do have a sideline reporter by the name of Frankie. So let's go ahead and check out what she's got going on down there.
Hello guys, I can't see you, but you sound absolutely fabulous in my ears. But you guys watching are joining me in one of the player pens here at IEM Katowice. And not only do they have the pressure of facing a team on the other side of the divide, but they have got the big names on their backs. Of course, the legacy of FNATIC could continue here today in Katowice. Of course, our 2016 champions, beaten by tournament favourites Astralis, and then again they won in 2018. The question is, with only Zist and JW remaining from that winning lineup, can they really do it again? Can they return to form? On the other side of the divide, we've got two teams setting up for the first best of one on the A stream. It's going to be AVANGER versus Renegades, but who's going to win it? I'm not really sure. I don't know what you guys on the desk think.
Yeah, we're going to have to take a pretty deep dive into that one itself because, I mean, obviously there's a favorite here. But the Renegades, we've got a local representative from that land down under, and then there's Sean, who's got a little more sense and, you know, a common approach to it. But
I didn't put Renegades in my pick'em, so I don't know if
upside down like this guy.
Right?
I had AVANGER as my 3-0, right? I'm trying to game the system a little bit there, but the fact of the matter is I got some faith in those guys, especially James, the hairdo, the AWP, all that good stuff going on. So I'm excited to see what AVANGER have got first thing this morning.
Very young team, though. Only 21 years old.
Yeah.
Like average age of the team.
Which only gives them more time to improve and perhaps even grow as a unit. But these units had to barrel on into this major itself, and there's been a long, long, arduous process for some of them. In fact, we saw some of the minors play out in favor for some of these teams just a little bit easier than others. Chad, where do we begin?
Look, I think, you know, Mouse Sports in the European minor not actually being able to make it is quite a blunder, right? And the fact of the matter is that team has already had roster changes since not being able to make that. But when we do look at the ENCEs of the world, the fact that they got Linus.
Welcome to the Acer Predator pre-show.
Welcome to Katowice, Poland, home of the Intel Extreme Masters World Champ. 18th CSGO major, and the first ever IEM stop to be a Counter-Strike major. My name is Moses. I'm going to be joined by my co-caster. It's going to be Vince. This is your first major start to finish, is it not?
Yes. I got a taste of it in London. But
yeah, you had like casted a match there?
Yeah, the full thing, the full experience.
The full effect.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm pumped.
Perfect. This is the Acer Predator pre-show. We're going to be bringing you the action on the B stream all day long. But let's check out some of the teams we've got in attendance, because we have a lot of teams in this stage, of this new Challenger stage. 16 teams, which is very cool. You have here the returning challengers from the London Major. Excuse me, I think these are some of the new challengers and some of the returning. NIP, FNATIC. We're going to be doing FNATIC versus VICI first, but we've also got some of the guys who qualified for the minors. This is the other set of teams: Avangard, Team Spirit, Renegades, Greyhound, all the fun stuff.
We absolutely do. And, you know, when you come into this tournament, I think most people will feel that FNATIC are certainly up there in terms of a chance of not just going through, but maybe even clean sweeping it, maybe even 3-0ing.
Yeah.
Even though they're a team that have had their problems in the past, I'm still not entirely sold on Exist.
Okay.
But I think they definitely have a very good chance of coming through in this match and the rest of the group stage.
There's always some weird upsets when you get into this kind of a pressure situation, but we'll be diving into that a little bit more coming up soon. Let's check out the Swiss system because we're going to be running the Swiss system throughout the group stage. You can see there's going to be some opening matches. We're going to move on, and you can only play teams that have your matching record. And there's a lot of colors on the screen. And this is going to be round 1, and round 2 is going to be playing today. And this is going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, you get a couple chances as a team to be able to break through and move on to the next segment. So if you make some mistakes, you can always recover, which is going to be very, very cool. But, you know, what's most important is the matches that we're going to have going on today. There are 2 streams here at IEM Katowice for these group stages. There's going to be the main stream, ESL_CSGO. This is the B stream, ESL_CSGO-B. Different matches on each one. We can check those out. We'll bring them up for you just now so you can know exactly where you want to tune in. This is going to be the A stream. Renegades versus Avangard open up there. I think one of the, I don't know, I think one of the cooler matches is going to be that TYLOO versus Vitality. That seems to be a very fun match to tune in for on that stream.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're 2 teams that they still have a bit to prove. I mean, TYLOO are a team, obviously, that have this upset potential every single time they come to any tournament, never mind a major. Bentet is still one that I've got a keen eye on. But Vitality, of course, you can't mention him without Zyru. The guy is an absolute prodigy.
I think a lot of people are going to have eyes on him today and throughout this tournament. Either way, for the schedule for the B stream today as well, we can bring that up for you so you know exactly what we're going to be tuning in. Obviously, we mentioned we're going to be opening with FNATIC taking on VICI. We're going to have Cloud9 taking on Greyhound Gaming, G2 versus VEGA Squadron, the Sharks, and then there at the bottom you have WINSTRIKE taking on NRG. A couple of the North American teams in the stream today, which is going to be fun. Do you have high hopes for the North American squads?
I actually do. Yeah. You know, when Cloud9 first got announced, their roster with, you know, Kishima, etc., and I was thinking, no, I'm not too sure about this, but I stand corrected.
I think everyone is scratching their heads. That team on paper looks very weird, but they have been performing very well. Any of those matches that you're particularly excited for? You excited to see that Cloud9 against Greyhound?
Well, I think that could be quite one-sided, honestly. I don't have too high hopes for Greyhound. I'll say probably the Vitality match.
Okay, the Vitality match. Yeah, that will be interesting. Here we are with the full Swiss format. You can see exactly what's going to be going on with these matches. You'll see there on the right, they have a little bit almost like a Mario Kart balloon system, so you can see how many losses, how many wins each teams have, and that'll let you know who they can potentially be matched up in the second round of this Swiss system. But it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a battle throughout this whole opening round of Swiss matches. And we're going to dive right into that when we come back. We are going to go to a quick break, and when we return, we're going to move on and sink our teeth into that first match. Stay tuned.
The champions of ESL 1 Cologne.
Do you remember?
Welcome to the Cathedral of Counter-Strike.
Think you've seen it all? ESL 1 returns to Cologne in 2019.
Think you can't capture a clutch in full resolution while streaming the play to the world? Watch this. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
To thrive under pressure in the most hostile conditions and build to overclock. Prepare for combat. Go forth and conquer.
You